Hello, everybody. Nice to chat again. It's quite a quick show, not going to be a very long one, and I did not get the opportunity to tell you all about it in advance. So maybe some people can come on, maybe some will not realize that the show is gone live, but I thought it very interesting after the conversations we've had the other day. And of course, many of the things people say all comes down, especially the ones that attack us for our truth. They all attack us because they have this obsession that a young earth creationist pastor Kent Hovind, who calls himself doctor. Well, he's not really a doctor, but that's what he calls himself. They have an obsession with him always being right, and of course, he is always right. He's married 4 times and counting, and each time it's always the fault of the wife when they depart from him. So, very interesting. But of course, one of the real problems is, there's the wife number one, divorced, and then wife number two did not last very long. Just a few months, really, less than a year, I think, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, Ms. Lincoln, Cindy, and she put quite a bit of her life savings into buying things for the ministry. And then there's also the controversy over the money that may be loaned, or was it a gift, or whatever. We all know what Owen say about it, but quite frankly, I don't believe him. And why I don't believe him is that this little tape recording now will show you the kind of man, well, actually, it's fair to call him a man, a creature, the kind of creature you are dealing with in this Mr. Owen. So this obviously is for review purposes only, and taken from another YouTube channel, but I think it is worth my listeners taking some notice of. So here we go. I'm going to just play this for you. It doesn't take very long. And to give you the background, Mr. Irvind is talking to his very good friend, Chris Jones. We've heard his name before because of the incidents with the boys. And anyway, this is Mr. Irvind telling Mr. Jones to make up some untruths and get a fake channel and to say things about his wife to make other people then want to leave DAL. Remember, Kent was very annoyed that his volunteers did not want Mr. Jones on the property because they were afraid for their children, and so they either left or threatened to leave. And so he's trying to tell Chris Jones to make up these things about his wife, third wife, Mrs. Cindy Lincoln Irvin the third, and that way people would say, "Oh, I'm not going to do it until she leaves." So he was trying to get rid of her, as far as I'm concerned. So I think it's important to hear this so that you know what type of person you are dealing with. So let's have a look here. Without any further ado, I'm going to play this, and I think you will quite enjoy. Here we go.
Well, same thing with Jonathan and Bethany. They're leaving now too.
After I'm already gone.
Yep. Because I had told them that if you were going to be on property, I would tell them. Well, I did tell them you were coming to be on property, and you were on property, and I don't want want you to have this albatross hanging around your neck the rest of your life, brother. From my perspective, just come. I have a wild idea. You ready for this?
Oh my God, leave it out. All right, now leave it out.
You can do it as somebody anonymous. Okay.
Okay, so Kent has a wild idea. Okay, and it's to discredit his wife. And he says to Chris, you can do it as somebody anonymous. This is all very Christian. Well, it's actually not. Remember all the talk from these other people, from the other channels about facing people if you have an issue? Well, this is the behind your back, Mr. Hovind, at work.
Write a comment on the YouTube channel or something. Pick a new name.
So write a comment on the YouTube channel, pick a new name.
As your name, or just send it in as an email to the office.
Or you can send it into the office, with this email account. And this is what he tells them to say.
Hang on 1 second. Okay. Cindy has been divorced twice before, and so she's unqualified to be in the ministry. I mean, really lay it down thick.
Okay, so Cindy has been divorced twice before, so she's unqualified to be in the ministry. So by that, Mr. Hovind condemns himself. He has been divorced twice before, actually now 3 times, and so he is not qualified to be in the ministry. So I want to hear all the people at ProverbsGuy and Archaeologies to come and defend this blatant abuse by Mr. Hovind.
Your wife,
It's my wife, yeah. Not my wife. Not my wife, Cindy.
no, I mean, we do like that. Like affect your life. But I want to know about you.
Well, just to point out that this is so dumb to keep an albatross around somebody's neck for years. That's exactly what they're doing to you. You're trying to turn it exactly around on them. Say, I'm not going to come to that ministry until all those who've been divorced are gone. They're not qualified to be in the ministry.
Wow, isn't that wonderful? So he's going to ask Chris, and incidentally, to his credit, Chris turned him down. But Chris is going to say, speaking for Hovind, that no, these false people, they're not going to come to the ministry until all divorced people are gone. Kent does not even have the intelligence to work out. This is what is so crazy, that he has just condemned himself. What an hypocrite.
I don't want my children to be around and, pretend like you got a bunch of family children or something. Oh, it was not strong before. No, it was not. And those, it's just they don't see how wrong it is.
Right. I agree. No, I feel like I live with it, dude. I live with it.
Well, that's
The thing is, dude, I really do get burned out or lack of fellowship around my house. I get lonely and I touch the bed.
yeah.
Go down there and not enjoy it.
Well, now who contacted Beatty about you being here?
Okay, so this is another one. There's a man by the name of Robert Beatty who's always maintained some interesting information on Mr. Hovind. And he has a website for that and a Facebook page. And so for some reason, someone has told Mr. Beatty about this. And good on them, because Mr. Beatty is very good at letting people know about the real Mr. Hovind.
I contacted Brady and talked about it.
Not Brady, Robert Beatty.
Yeah, so the confusion there is Mr. Jones thinks he says Brady, but in fact he says Beatty. Brady is another interesting character. Yes, I suppose you could say that. I find him disgusting. He is or was a board member of Kent's. You notice everybody who has anything to do with Kent is always his very good friend.
Oh, I have no idea. Does he know? I have no idea.
I think Ernie told me that I think Ernie was one that told me that Beatty had something, and somebody had told him about people leaving the ministry over this, and Beatty's got it all up on his stuff. I mean, I don't care what Beatty thinks, but
Well, really, Frank, it's funny, you know, they asked me, why would you come around this ministry knowing your reputation will hurt it? And, well, first of all, if it was later in the day and not sort of in the morning, my answer would have been, well, look, all of our sins are stain on the reputation of Jesus. And yet we all come there and he welcomes us and loves us. I think this ministry, more than a lot of others, does emulate Jesus in that fact. Should have been my answer, but where was I going with that? I forgot the second half of my answer.
how did Beatty find out? And who's telling him this stuff?
Oh, the problem is, yeah, you obviously still have rats in your ministry that tell Theo stuff and baby stuff, and you know, and that's the thing. The other point of this is the same people that accuse me, why would I hurt the ministry? They then turn around and call Theo and baby. It's crazy.
Well, I don't care what Theo thinks or Beatty thinks, but I wonder how long the Apostle Paul had to put up with this churches saying, "Oh, this is the guy that used to murder Christians." I mean, in that case, he was guilty.
Absolutely. No, and I told Paul too. I say that as to the answer whether the Apostle Paul would be welcomed by the residents of Dinosaur Adventureland, I think the answer is a resounding no.
They will by me.
Yeah, I know you was going to be it. And they pack up their bags and leave again.
Yep.
So be it.
Okay.
So they tried to say that, Mr. Jones and his things he's done, it's just like the people attacking the Apostle Paul. Of course, it is not. It is not like that at all. Just another straw man from the Kent.
So be it. Hey, going to cut down on my grocery bill and my utility bill, brother. Thank you so much.
So he's happy for his volunteers leaving. They did not want their children to be around this man because of his previous criminal conduct with minors. And Hovind says he's glad they're leaving because it will cut down his grocery and other bill, that donations are paying for. Actually, not him. It's not him. He doesn't pay for anything.
I'll send you a percentage.
I can't for the support and the loyalty and the friendship and the fellowship. And yeah, may we have another 7 to 10 years of it.
I'm guessing 7 is going to get bad, but okay. Well, yeah. Did you get converted over to be an independent Baptist while you're here? I didn't have time to really work on that.
No, you didn't, and I didn't have time to work on my stuff either. You know what? And I had some stuff I wanted to talk to you about, and it all got diverted. My mindset too, all got diverted. And instead of talking gospel and having fun and fellowshipping, it all got turned into conflict and defense. And
Yeah. All right.
Maybe next time. Then next time.
Sounds great. All right. You're a blessing, brother. Thank you, brother. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that stops that little screen. But I thought very important. Some people haven't heard that, and very important for you to hear that for yourself. Oh, yes. So